Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about the Patek Philippe, the annual calendar with moon phases, reference number 5726A-001. Alright, so I'll be going over the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown functions as well as the pusher functions, the movement, and this nice black leather strap. Alright, so starting off with the case, we do have a 40.5 millimeter case from finger to thumb. I had to look that up, sorry. So that's the diagonal distance from the 2 to 8 or the 10 to 4. That's the diagonal distance, 40.8 millimeters or 40.5 millimeters, sorry. So if it's just between 40 and 41 millimeters, it has a case thickness of 11.3 millimeters, so it does slide quite nicely under a suit cuff. We do have a full stainless steel construction. If you take a look at the front of the case, we have a nice vertical brushing passing underneath that bezel, continuing to the very bottom of these lugs here. We have a matching horizontal brushing across the sides here, matching the direction of the front of the case on both sides, right? And we also have these nice strong crown guards at the 3 o'clock position, matching the sort of buttress on the right side or the left side around the 9 o'clock position. Nice high polish there with satin brush finishing on this portion that sort of connects directly onto this bezel, which also does have that nice high polish on that first bevel, as well as the sides of the bezel there. On the front, matching satin brush finish from top to bottom. Very nice octagonal bezel in its presentation, although, well, that's what they call it. It's more a decagonal or dodecagonal, 10 or 12 sided polygon, but you know, who's counting these days? Anyway, looking closer at this dial, we have what they call a black dial. I want to say this is kind of more of a warm black, almost a brownish, the darkest brown you will ever see in your life dial. It has a horizontal embossing, sort of almost like the Seamasters of the Omega line, or Omega's Seamaster line rather, but this one actually does have a little bit more than that. There's a sort of radial brush finishing, as you can see, based on the angle of light, giving it that sort of subtle and distinctive look of a Patek Philippe. Gives it a sort of brighter presence toward the center and definitely darker presence and appearance at the peripheral, right? The hour markers on here are all index markers, all with 18 karat white gold, applied hour markers with luminescent coating. So if I just turn out the lights here, you'll see that they do indeed glow in the dark, and glowing very brightly, I must say. Extremely bright, nice green tint to them, and you know, honestly, very good symmetrical appearance here, presentation. The double hash marks for the 12 o'clock, none for the 6 o'clock, because that is where the date aperture is. All right, so if that's a date aperture, then what's this small dial around the moon phase at the 6 o'clock? Well, that's actually the 24-hour dial. All right, the center seconds is mounted with that lance style hand. We have the day and the month at the sort of between the 12 o'clock and center. All right, so that leaves the 24-hour dial at the bottom. So this is sort of like a GMT style hand that you can use, although not all too much of a GMT, because that 24-hour dial does correspond to what the local time is here. So you can't really use this that much as a travel time, because as I'm advancing the hour hand, as you can see, past noon, 1, and now 2 p.m., you can see that, you know, 1500 hours is 3 o'clock p.m. and so forth. So this does act only as a 24-hour dial based on your local time zone. All right, so now taking a look at the crown functions here, you get to see a little sneak peek right there. But first of all, just unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position to the first position. This allows you to wind the watch All right, so just about 20 or 30 full winds is all you need to get to the full power reserve. Once you've done that, pull the crown out to the next position. You can then advance the date by 1 by rotating it, I believe, clockwise? Or actually, no, this doesn't do anything because the date is set by using the quick set button down here. So this is actually a movement. A little bit more on this in a moment, but this is a movement that is sort of a base movement for almost all of their Nautilus and Aquanaut and many more of their models here. But anyway, pull the crown out to the final position. You'll note that the seconds hand does continue to move, but if you move the minute hand backwards or even put just a slight bit of pressure on that minute hand, it will actually push that second hand backwards in time. Now, this is a normal function of all Patek Philippe watches. I've reviewed them here on this channel. You've seen it on the website. This is a natural thing. And for those of you who are experienced with Patek Philippe movements and watches, you'll know that this is basically how you can manually give yourself the hacking seconds function without really having it built into the movement and, you know, having it be present at all points in time. Right, and once you put a little tiny bit of pressure forward on that minute hand, it will start up again. But don't forget to push the crown back in and screw it back tightly against the case to ensure the water resistance for this watch, which I believe is rated to 120 meters below sea level. So quite good from Patek Philippe for this watch, even though it's only it's below 12 millimeters in thickness. It has that water resistance that you need, although you're probably not going into the water all that frequently using a leather strap, but you know, I digress. Anyway, so what makes all of this work? Actually, we're not done yet. There are 4 pusher locations on this case, one under each wing of sort of this case here on these crown guards. All right, so starting off with this top left, what does it do? It advances the day aperture. Let me see if I can press it in properly. All right, advances the day aperture. As you can see, it's Monday, Tuesday, back to Wednesday. All right, this 2 o'clock pusher advances the month. February, March, April, May, June, July, and so forth. All right, and now this bottom pusher at the 4 o'clock position, this one advances the date at the 6 o'clock position. Now this will go all the way up to 31 as necessary. All right, so each actuation will advance the date using that quick set feature. Nice and good from Patek Philippe. Now this last one at the 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock position, or 8 o'clock rather, does actually advance the moon phase. All right, each actuation moves it forward by about a day. All right, and so the best position to start with would be the new moon. Make sure you have only stars showing, and then just actuate as many times since equal to the number of days since the previous new moon, and then that's how you dictate your moon phase based on the waxing and waning gibbous and crescent phases of that moon. All right, so now onto the movement. What makes all of this work? Well, it is that movement, the 324 SQALU 24H/303. Well, that's a huge mouthful to say, but that's what this is. So this movement allows for that annual calendar. As you can see, you have the month indicator up there, which, by the way, if you advance the date using the date aperture or the quick set date function, you will actually move the month forward as well. So keep that in mind. It has the 24-hour indicator at the 6 o'clock, along with the moon phases circumspect to the 24-hour dial. It has 33.3 millimeters of diameter. It's only 5.8 millimeters thick, so more thin than thick. 347 total parts with 10 bridges, 34 jewels, power reserve of only 35 to 45 hours. So this is something that you can wear daily. It's a stainless steel watch. You probably won't dent it quite, nowhere near as often as you would a white gold or yellow gold watch. The central winding rotor, as you can see, is a 24 karat white or yellow gold rotor. All right, complete with that etching of the Geneva cross on that rotor. It has a balance of a Gyromax balance and a Spiromax balance spring. So what does that mean? That means you can take a few bumps here and there. You can get relatively close to magnets and it'll be keeping track of time just fine. No need to worry about the timekeeping capabilities of this movement. It has a vibration per hour rating of 28,800 vibrations per hour, or 4 Hertz. So that means every second this seconds hand moves forward 8 times. The forward and backward movement, advancing it twice. All right. So taking a look at this strap here, you have what is a black leather strap included with this watch with the minder loops. And moving down to the clasp here, you have the Nautilus sort of word mark logo sandblasted into that high polish pin buckle, which does have a double button deployment system. If my camera would like to focus, there we go. All right, so simply press both sides in to open it up one side, and then you just pull the other side open. All right, now keep in mind this is not a symmetrical clasp here. Let me zoom out a bit. The clasp here is not fully symmetrical, but it will not, it's less likely to pinch than a full fold over one-sided clasp. So keep that in mind. You have a full smooth polish, high polish on this clasp here with Patek Philippe's logo there. While I'm here, I can actually try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. All right, so fold the bottom in first and then the top. Nice and easily over. Now this is a bit big for my wrist. It's sized to the largest size. And by the way, when you're taking a look at this, underneath the pin buckle, there's an actual screw that must be unscrewed in order for you to actually set the pin. So you do have that added safety precaution. Very good from Patek Philippe to think about that. All right, now, anyway, clasping this back onto my wrist, I would like to see myself in my monitor. There we go. All right, so now at just under 41 millimeters, it wears kind of like a 40, actually, more 40 than a 41. I do get a little bit of bracelet on the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock, not quite as much as I'd like, but the intermediary links, the links that sort of clip into these lugs here, are very helpful in sort of bridging that transition from the case to bracelet, or case to strap rather in this case, right? Looking down the arm here, there's plenty of space underneath these lugs because the watch does sort of have a flat overall profile. Not that that's an issue. If you have a larger wrist than I do, it'll sit very nicely, neatly on your wrist. My wrist is about 7 inches in circumference, or 18 centimeters, so keep that in mind. If you have a smaller wrist, you'll have a little bit more overhang of these lugs, but not much of an issue there because these straps will bend downward very easily and sort of adhere to your wrist, keep the form of your wrist very nicely. Its overall weight, incredibly light for being stainless steel, certainly lighter than white gold or yellow gold or rose gold, as you know, Patek Philippe dictates, right? So incredibly nice to wear, slides very nicely under a suit cuff, and incredibly light in its overall weight here. Now, enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this. The 5726A, the annual calendar from Patek Philippe, the Nautilus with a black dial. Now, the only other Nautilus that has this sort of complication to it is the 5726/1A-014. That's the full stainless steel with the stainless steel bracelet all the way through with a blue dial, sort of matching in its sort of appearance here, but the blue version rather. So I kind of like this one because it does have that sort of dressier appearance. The blue one is all stainless steel in its construction, whereas this one, the black dial, does have this black leather strap to sort of match with it, and that gives it a really good sense of overall unity and cohesion with its overall presentation, as you can see. A little bit better than the blue one with a full steel construction. But that's just my own personal take on that. What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments below. If you want something a little bit more than this, you're going to have to enter the Grand Complication section of the Patek Philippe line, because this is basically the top of the Nautilus line, aside from, say, the chronographs. But when it comes to, you know, say the travel times, or even, well, I believe those are actually Aquanauts, but when it comes to all the other complications that Patek Philippe offers from the Nautilus line, this is as complicated as it gets. The step down just doesn't have the 24-hour dial, but it does have the moon phase, I believe. That one is the, well, it's a little bit complicated literally on its dial. This one is much cleaner in its presentation. It doesn't have a power reserve, but then, you know, it doesn't really matter all that much. Just wear this on your wrist every day and you're good to go. No need to wind the crown at all. So anyway, if you like this video, be sure to leave us a like. It really helps us out. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, new, used, discontinued, or in production and new like this one, visit our website at jazztime.com. Links in the description below, where you can get it for the lowest price anywhere online. If we don't have it sitting on our desk, we can find one for you, no problem. All right, we'll see you then, and take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page, where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.